My beautiful stars, reading time. Okay, just quickly before we get into today's reading, I just want to, every couple months, I get like an influx of people about fake profiles. Now, I've mentioned on all my main profiles, I have a pinned video about the only profiles I have. So I've only got this one channel here on YouTube, and I've got my channel on TikTok, and then I've got my Instagram channel. Now, there's been this Facebook account flying around for a long time, and it's got like 30,000 followers, but it is not me. And I've been having people message me saying, have you been hacked? So I don't know what's going on. I don't have Facebook, but I'm assuming whatever's going on with that profile, it's whatever's going on, but that is not me. Okay, as mentioned, I have pinned videos on my main profile. Now, intuitively, I know there's another account here on YouTube. I don't know how many followers they have now. Last time I checked, it was like 12,000 followers. And I'm assuming that's linked to this Facebook page. Okay, but again, that is not me. All right. Another thing I've noticed here on YouTube, anyone that is writing about these manifestation books, or these books to get, or these get rich quick kind of schemes, they're not legit, my angels. So just protect yourself. And I noticed that these comments can get 100, if not thousands of likes. So there's clearly like a group of people, and it makes sense with why these accounts can get so many followers. It's clearly like some form of network. Okay, so just be careful with anybody, not just myself, anyone promoting any kind of business or book or get rich quick, like in someone's comment sections. Just have discernment, my angels, because scammer or not, that's not something anyone normal would do. Okay, so again, if you see these comments in the section, just avoid them. Don't be looking up those things. And again, when it comes to my profiles, I've only got 3 profiles. Okay, so if you do follow me on TikTok, it's pinned, the only video that's pinned. Same with Instagram. On here on YouTube, you can't pin anything, but I have posted. So if you go over to posts, this other fake account that's here on YouTube. All right, I just want to clear that up, because again, I've got another influx coming in, and it is disheartening. It's disheartening not just for you guys, but also for myself. It's I really put so much time into you guys because I love you guys. So someone just stealing my work is very disheartening. Okay, but anyway, so clearly everything I say is for a reason. Maybe this collective, you've got some stresses about fake profiles right now. So let's see what's going on with the main collective. And another thing, just one more thing. I will never reach out to anybody for a reading, for a donation, for anything. So if you have people, again, accessing you, asking you for donations, or saying, oh, I've had a special feeling about you and I can do this and do that, it's all rubbish. Okay, any legitimate reader or any legitimate business, they're not going to reach out to you and ask you for your money. Okay, but anyway, let's get into it. All right, main collective, what are your, all right, what's going on here? Okay, so your main energy right now, we've got the ring, 25th of the 11th, could be an important memory or birthday, the broom, we've got the lion here, and we've got taking inspired action. So right now, main collective, there's clearly some things in your energy that you're really focusing on removing. This is about removing unwanted stuff, purging, a clean sweep, things that are unavoidable. You feel like you're maybe going through a bit of a shake-up emotionally, but total makeover, restoring harmony. So definitely internally, I think you guys are going through this, and you know there needs to be some shifts put into your internal work, but even external. Maybe you've just had a little bit of a purge of your home, or gotten rid of old furniture, or I always say when there's big shifts happening within, it penetrates out of our vessel as well. So I'm just seeing my spring clean card with that. And this could be tied into, you know, your soul contract, certain cycles, pacts, agreements, partnership, trust issues, maybe things you're lacking closure with, but certain promises, certain bonds that have been created in your soul. Maybe you're starting to reflect on these things and you're feeling a little bit weighed down at the moment. So your higher self is calling you to just try and shift your focus, but maybe your self-esteem has really been affected because of these issues, but you are overcoming difficulties right now. I think for a long time you've been very devoted to whatever this ring energy is. You know, you felt like this was really centering your heart space, but in this current moment, as you found this reading, there's something here, this emotion that has made you feel centered for a long time. You're now starting to think, well, this is actually taking away my harmony. How can I focus on restoring harmony with something that just presents like there's a lot of obstacles and kind of burdens me in the soul? Okay. Do you know you're coming into the start of a new season? I don't think you know it for fact, but if your body and your emotion is going through this big change pivotally, and you are feeling weighed down, you're feeling a bit empty, you're feeling a bit numb, you're removing unwanted stuff for a far greater reason than maybe you see. Okay, so the right collective, you're not feeling like yourself. If you've kind of been just feeling the same as you've always felt over the past however long, this isn't your reading. You are stepping into your power. You're wanting to experience new things now. You're sick of being on the same loop, physically, emotionally. There's something about your leadership qualities that are really trying to shine through. Maybe you feel like at the moment you're going through a bit of a burnout period. And they can be really heavy and yucky. It's like we just lack motivation for things. But I'm hearing listen to your body, because your passions are about to ignite again. Okay, so even through this emotion, your higher self is sending you inspired action. So intuition to make change. And especially if you've just kind of taken a hold of this broom energy and you really are starting to, you know, let it be the physical removal of things around you or internal, you are going through a purge for a reason, which is good. All right, let's get one more for your top row. Okay, so there is a mask. Like I said, that you know what we're going to do? I'm going to do we're going to see your ruling energy, but I think I want to do what's really going on versus what you think is going on, just you in general, okay? There is clearly someone that is around you that is wearing a mask, and just for me to be called to bring up this fake profile thing in this collective, that message in itself ties into your energy, but in your own way. Okay, so disguise, concealing, hidden motives, presenting with a certain persona. I think this is a question, and I think this activates your overthinking mind, this collective. But you definitely know for certain, and I don't even think it's just your intuition. It's like you know for certain, even though your mind may play havoc, that there is someone here toying with your emotion a little bit, okay? And you're sick of it, which is clear with this broom energy. Okay, this is beautiful. Do you know this? Underneath ring, you've got the time has come. So I think more as you're watching this, you think the time has come to clear this energy out of you. But there is something about your soul contract. There is something about the culmination of effort you've been putting in. There's a completion on its way. Fulfillment, release, fruits of your labor, because you're starting to focus on the right needs, okay? But a harvest season is coming here, because you are choosing to move on. Move on from the things that are weighing you down. It's like you're starting to become stronger than your mind. It's like, it's very easy for us when we're overwhelmed to just sit in that fixation and that tunnel vision and doom scroll and feel sorry for ourselves, you know, and no judgment. We've all been there. This specific collective, when that emotion, you've burnt yourself enough. It's like you've walked through this fire 1,000 times and you've had enough. You're like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm stronger than this. Why am I going to focus on something that's taking me out of harmony? I want to restore my harmony, and I don't need anyone, especially someone like this, to restore that for me. Does right collective, this will make sense. It's funny, I did a reading on moon angels yesterday, and it's reminding me of my pile too. This kind of behavior is emotional baiting. It really is. It's and I feel this collective, maybe for a long time you weren't bothered by it. You had understanding for it. You had compassion. You know it was coming from a broken place. But now the way it toys with you and makes you question your mind, and I don't know if it's gotten more severe and more severe and more, you know, it's like you've just hit your breaking point. Broom. Yeah, temperance. You want to moderate. You want to find calm. You want to find balance. You want to find tranquility in your life. Magician. Creator of universal magic. And you probably are in that mode. I always say manifesting when we're in magician mode. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Bless me. Just how we say focusing on positivity can create that. It's the same with negativity. And let's be real, magician is also a trickster energy. He's a little bit emotionally manipulative. He knows how to disguise, right? Perfect pairing. And this is what you're wanting to remove. Even if it is you're wanting to create harmony, restore harmony, why focus on something like this? Okay. And the pennies probably drop, especially if you did have compassion and understanding for so long with this kind of behavior. And let's just say that you once upon a time thought this person was this, your contract person, right? If they can do this to you while you're not maybe together, imagine what that would be like if they were actually in your presence, your physical presence. If this is a quality about someone that can do this, that's an emotional imbalance. That's not normal up here, right? Someone that can emotionally bait and toy with someone's emotion, especially if it is through fake profiles. That's not normal, okay? Compassion for that or not. How could someone like that bring balance and tranquility in your life if they can be that deceptive in the background? Do you know what I'm trying to say? The right collective, you've thought this. So again, it's just having strength in your knowing and what you need to do to remove this, and not focus on it. You sick of trying to get more info and overthinking and this and that. This is actually good because I'm wanting to do what's really going on versus your overthinking mind. It's like the right collective. You don't even care what your overthinking mind is telling you anymore. You're just like, I cannot keep focusing on something that someone is trying to choose to keep in the dark. I know what I feel. This makes me feel uncomfortable. This makes me feel uneasy. It makes me feel uncertainty. So let it be fact or not. My intuition, my mind is telling me that's what this person's doing to me. If I know for proof or not, that's how they're making me feel energetically. So why am I focusing on it anyway? Truth or not, that's what now my brain believes, that this person's this, right? So why am I going to focus on it? Because look what it's doing to the rest of my life. My higher self, because I always say, your body's emotion is your biggest sign. So when you meet someone, you get that gut instinct. When you, fact or not, your body is alerting you in some way or form, this energy is off limits, okay? Okay. inspired action. Ladybug, I want happiness. I want an abundant life. I want to be in an environment where I feel appreciated. I want comfort. I want stability. I want good health. Mental anxiety takes me out of good health. My wishes will come true when they're ready to come true with what's meant to be for me. This mask, I think that's where you've gone wrong here. You're starting to boss up over this energy. You're not letting it control you anymore. I think for so long, like I already said it, I think there's been a lot of compassion for someone wearing a mask. This isn't just someone hiding their emotion, though. This is someone toying with this collective, okay? And deep down within, you know it, okay? And I think for so long, there was just so much understanding for this kind of behavior, which unfortunately, it means you don't or didn't really see yourself. Because how could you excuse something like this being done in the background? Like I said before, if this person can do this in the background, imagine what they can do to me in the physical, because it shows me their deceptive soul. You can't, any connection in your life, love, friendship, familyship, workship, without trust, there is nothing. And like I said before, knowing it for fact or not, you clearly do not have any kind of trust for this person's energy. Because if they're doing it for fact or not, your inner soul is telling you this person's deceitful. They're playing with me. They're playing games. I can't have that anymore. Okay? Right, collective, this will be a penny for you. And you coming into this strength, that might be overwhelming, but if anything, it's actually showing you, see the lesson outside of the box. You're starting to see yourself, and you're starting to understand what you really deserve in life, especially if this is someone you're seeing ring energy as part of your soul contract. You're coming into a release, which is beautiful, and you're doing it in a boss kind of way. Okay, and this could be affecting your work path too, especially if you are a boss. If you feel, again, everything I say, just how I mentioned, I've got these people playing with my accounts. This could be happening to you, and it's affecting your actual work path. It's not good. Karma. You've always had hopes that whatever this person was in whatever avenues, they're just spiritually growing. Silly. Rubbish. Sorry, I have to say it. Rubbish. If you're not being shown anything different in the physical, but this kind of behavior, why have more compassion and understanding for deceit than what you deserve? Okay? Divine or not, I'm going to say it. I say this all the time. For my divine community, I always say the love for yourself comes before someone that's broken you. Okay? It's just, that is really bad behavior, especially if it's affecting your finances. Okay? And you might not even know that it is secretive. We spent it on the squirrel. There is some deceit going on here. And this whole collective, I think you question it. You question, could it be? Couldn't it be? Could it be? Ugh. Let's get into it. Let's actually see what's going on here. Actually, first, I just want to confirm this masked person to you. This masked person's true action towards you right now. Okay, so they've presented Grim Reaper. They've presented this is over, no second chances. But they're in the background. Oh, but I like them. We've got so much chemistry. So they are wearing a mask, especially when it comes to emotion. But sunglasses, watching and stalking. Confirmation. So if the right collective, don't make it fear. This is like my pile 2 yesterday. If you have had some creeper stalking you through emails, through messages, through whatever, and you've had an intuition, but you're like, no, it can't be them. They wouldn't be able to do something like that. It's them. Trust your intuition. You're about to get a full circle moment. You're about to get a sailing boat here. I think this person has always wanted to sail in. They're clearly broken if they can do this to someone they think that they love. Okay, but that's something they need to overcome. Okay, and like I said before, if this person can do this creepy watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting focusing out, obsessing on you, but treating you this way, like you're the scum on the bottom of their shoe, that is one broken soul that you do not deserve to have interfere in your energy. And if the universe has kept you guys at an arm's distance, I would be thanking the bloody heavens right now, because like I said, if they can do this while they're not in your energy, imagine what they could do when they were in your energy. Okay, this is reminding me of someone jealous, possessive, controlling, broken, to emotionally bait someone, right, that they think they love. You know I hate the word. You know I hate the word, but I'm going to say it. It's such a narcissistic tendency, and I hate that word. I think it's so freely used that this person is so self-focused and so, I don't know if they've got rejection trauma, or you thought they're an avoidant, or it's like they just have to keep playing. And the sad thing is they don't even know they're doing it. They're that self-unaware, they don't even realize what they're doing is wrong. Red flag. Yeah, they think you have the heart to their key, but look at how they treat you. So again, first card, Grim Reaper. Made you feel like you're the scum on the bottom of their shoe, right? But you have the key to their heart. Make it make sense. So this person with you, Grim Reaper, they've got boundaries up. 2 cards of boundaries here, but this is about the narcissist, right? And we just said it, and I hate that word. Empath or narcissist, being charmed and used. Okay, but they're presenting, they're not dealing with this. So again, presented like you are absolutely nothing, like they don't even think about you, right? This is their mask around you. And this poor collective, you take it personally. You think there's something wrong. It's that card. You feel like you're not enough. My angels. Lie, pants on fire. This person, purely. And they're probably someone that projects out they're the most honest person in the world, that they thrive in honesty. Honesty is everything. Oh, God. Passion. Addicted, obsessed. You got 2. This person's obsessed. Completely obsessed over you. So they're stringing you along. They're playing games, which is so sad, because a part of me genuinely thinks this person does believe that you have the key to their heart. But the way they're playing with your emotion, it is actually disgusting. Sorry, I never ever like rip in like this for a reading. It's like I'm trying to, my higher self is making this collective get a fire in your belly. Or I also do say, as readers, we embody the collective's energy. So maybe you're at your brink with this. Maybe you have literally just found out for fact it's this person, and you are just bubbling over the surface right now, especially with your first energy. The broom and the lion and oh my God. So underneath stalking you, gaslighting you, focusing out, obsessed with you, right? The love. So they think this person doesn't know what unconditional love is. This is loving you on condition. This is loving you at an arm's distance. Okay? Because I think this person's either scared of rejection, or it's like whenever they think you're pulling away, they pop up on whatever this profile, whatever this is, to be like, it's emotional baiting, keeping you on that string. All right? And they know it. They're a self-sabotager. They're self-destructive. I will say this. I do think that this person... Hold on. I want to get my emotion cards. Let's just get one more. I just want to see if they have guilt or shame or anything for this. Or there's that not enough. I think that's what this makes you do. I do believe they do this because they don't feel enough. It's their ego. It's their sabotage. It's their fear. Okay? It's their lack of confidence. But I think this is what, in turn, it's making the right collective feel. Stabbed in the back, heart with a key, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. But they think you're their unconditional love, that you're part of their soul contract. You're their soulmate. You're their soul connection. They hover and hoover emotional bait. Always at their phone, emailing, doing whatever. Weird. Weirdo. Weirdo. Sorry, I have to say it. Weird. It's just odd. I don't understand. And I know, I think this really ignites me, because I have this daily with people pretending to be me through fake profiles. So I know it's already got a fire in my belly, but I just don't understand how people can do this. Like, my angels, it's not normal. It's not normal behavior. And I think for so long you've unconditionally loved this person. It's like you knew, but you just didn't care. And that for you shows that you don't respect yourself enough. This is a true imbalance in the brain. Someone that can do this. Okay. This is truly not normal, especially because you've got so many cards here of how much they love you, but look what they do to you in the background just so they can be close to you. And if you work with energy, because I keep going on about your intuition, it's like they know exactly what they like. If they know you're a spiritual being, it's like they're not just emotionally toying with you, they're affecting your spiritual outlook on things and your spiritual path. Karma. So you're clearly, the universe is protecting you from this. I will say, I do believe everyone can change and grow. I really do, but you need to want to. And by the looks of it, and I will keep going, this person, they don't get it. They're self-unaware. I don't think this person genuinely knows what they're doing is wrong. And that's alarming. Oh, there is guilt. There is guilt. Maybe they've been wanting to tell you this for a while. So maybe it's been a while. If this person's really guilty, for the right collective, they wouldn't be accessing you on the profiles that you believe to be them, okay? Or the emails, whatever it is. If they're really guilty, don't make it fit specific collective. This person that's been accessing you from these fake burners, whatever it is, they wouldn't be popping up anymore. Okay, if they're really guilty and they're wanting to come through with truth and honesty about this whole situation, it would be kind of radio silence from these burners as well. Okay, truly. So if they've just popped up of recent, they're not truly guilty. Wow. So they are worried about the judgment. So maybe this person is thinking about being honest. So that means they do know what they're doing is wrong. They are self-aware. That has thrown me a little bit. Okay, so I think that's your path, because I have a feeling this has also affected your work path in an odd way. Or this is how they stalk or do whatever through your work path. But they could, a part of them, be questioning if they come through with honesty, will they find success here? Maybe that's another reason they stay quiet. But I have to confirm, if this person is still accessing you through these fake profiles, this masked behavior, this isn't for you, because by the looks of it, I must have a bit of two collectives here, because just how I was just going in before. Hold on, I want one more for success. I'm on the fence. I'm hearing a couple things with that. I'm more feeling like this person knows they did this to kind of keep you on that energetic pull. I think they were taking away your emotional freedom. It's like this person just wouldn't let you heal properly. It's like every time they felt you were pulling away, they did something so silly, because it's like they knew you knew, which is just sad. I want one more. Yeah, I always say this is you. This is to do with your business and your success. And there's a reason I said stalk-liking, not stalking. So they're going over what they've done as well. I think this person has spiritually interfered with you. Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. So this card, right, just flicked. I don't know if you heard that. And it flicked the gaslight. What the F just happened? So I shuffled and this card. So I've got this deck here, right? So I got the, and it literally went pew, and flipped that card over. You're kidding me. I've been lying to you and gaslighting you. You weren't crazy. You were right. I wasn't strong enough to admit it. Sign. We have to get those. Sign. That was magic. They are trying to, I do think this person, it's kind of, I do feel the guilt's eating them up. They know they need to surrender. And I think a part of them knows they deserve a bit of judgment here. I'm going to be honest. Like I said before, and I'm sticking to it, I know everyone can change, but it's not normal behavior, but their imagination gets the best of them. They could be a Page of Cups. This could have come from a very naive, immature place. Guilt. Over. And then blame and fear, gaslighting you. So remember your first row. The Grim Reaper, the no, not today, the girl with a snake, boy with a snake. So this person's blame, deflected, gaslighted, right? This is what they've got fear from, especially if you got very invasive, projective, nasty messages from these accounts or these emails. It's like this person just put you under attack, okay? And they know it. So that's probably another reason. It's like, how do I admit to this? I think they're on the fence. That's a hard thing to admit, my angels. It's not an easy one. That's going to take a lot of bloody kahunas to admit that. Their pride. Gee, and their self-esteem, so they don't have big bloody kahunas. They've got bloody self-esteem issues. Loneliness, but they're trying to trust. So since they've done this to you, I've just put that loneliness over guilt and blame. They've been lonely. So by breaking your heart, they've broken their own heart. They clearly can't replace you. So this person, the right collective, you would know, this person's presented either very off the grid, hasn't moved on, been very isolated since you. Might go out here a bit and there, but there'd be a completely different version of themselves. Caged. I can't believe that gaslight card just flicked out like upset. Stop it. They've done it through obsession. I think I'm obsessed with you. I think about you all the time. I stalk your socials and I hope to run into you when I'm out. This person's dug themselves a poor little grave here. And it's really sad because I actually think this collective... I'm going to have to get into how you truly feel about this, because I just think you love this person, even with all this mess. But unfortunately, their excuse is for all this because you hurt them. It reminds me of that personality trait. You stung them, they had to sting you back times 10. That's not nice. That's revengeful. That's vindictive. It's not a good quality. Everything that happened hurt me so much and I just needed more time to heal, but they weren't healing. And maybe this is... Okay, I'm going back to that part, and I do think this person genuinely feels like they love you so much, and maybe this was their only coping mechanism. I'm trying to have understanding of this right now, but it's just hard for me to wrap my head around. this could have been a very sick way of them feeling like they were still close to you in some way or form. But just like I said, I think the right collective, you've been toyed with so much, it's kind of put you on a brink now. Okay, so you hurting them or not, what this person has done in return through retaliation, I don't even know the right word to use. Like, I'm trying to have understanding for this, but it's hard for me. And again, like I mentioned, I think because I have to deal with this stuff every day with my business, I just don't want to give the wrong advice because my own emotions involved. Okay, the right collective, like I said, I feel even though you're hitting your brink, I think you still have, you need to trust yourself and your intuition. Okay, you hurt me. Whoa. Nervous. I believe you make them extremely nervous. Why else would they be doing this? But pretending to you like they're not even around you, that's just weird. And again, just the way they're pretending to not be around you in such a nasty way is even more weird. You make me nervous, and it shows this, you hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you, but I'm still going to toy and emotionally bait you. It's not balanced. You make me nervous, even just thinking about you. I get nervous. I'm not sure what to say or how to act around you, so I just stalk you and make you feel uncomfortable. That's not normal. Tears. When I think about you, I cry. Your wild side. So they've got a very heavy sexual attraction to you as well. Unblock me. I reckon this person would have you blocked. You could both have each other blocked as well. Maybe that's another reason they do it. Or they could have blocked you and literally made all these like this is, it's just not. Anyway, there's a side to you I haven't seen, and I want to see you let loose and get wild. Let's have some fun. Unblock me. I miss you and I want to connect. Please unblock me, literally or energetically. You're the universe. You might think you're craving this person, but like I said right at the start, there is something here. If you know it for fact or not, your intuition tells you this person's been playing with you. So the universe is making you energetically block them in the heart. You might think you're craving, but the perception you have on the deceitful behavior of this person, it's not going anywhere. And it's for a reason. That's coming from up above. So having this come full circle or not from up above, doesn't matter. Your body's emotion, your intuition, your internal compass towards this energy is off. No matter if your subconscious brain is telling you you love them, they don't sit right with you. The right collective, this will make sense, and it's for a reason. And this is why if they feel like you guys are energetically blocked, and if they're obsessed and stalking you, they would notice a bit of a different energy. So the universe is making you feel this way for a reason, even though your brain might be saying something else, okay? And again, I have to say this, if this person has you actually blocked and they're doing this, that is a pure power game. It's like they need to have the upper hand and make it present, Grim Reaper, no, not today, not this, and do this in the background. That's even more imbalanced. Sorry, I have to say it. Mother wounds, well, clearly this person's got some trauma if they're acting like this. Gaslighting you, it came out again. Double confirmation. Underneath obsessed. You're being gaslighted. Believe your intuition. Remove this. I'd be protecting yourself right now. Do protection work. Cleanse your home. I have been lying. Get into the mirror. Stare yourself in the mirror and literally reclaim your energy. I call all of my energy back to me. Do that 10 minutes a day. Claim your energy back and light a black candle as you're doing it. I have been lying to you and gaslighting you. You weren't crazy. You were right. I just wasn't strong enough to admit it. And watch our karmic wheel go around. Don't do any return to sender, nothing. But you claiming your energy back, that's all you need to do. You hurt me. Is it true? That's too many. Something about being single. Maybe they thought you moved on. Another reason they're doing this, to kind of see where you are in life. Again, too many. You hurt me. It's simple, really. So underneath everything that happened hurt me so much, I need more time to heal. It's simple, really. How do I feel? I want you and us forever. This is going to take a very big, honest conversation. This isn't goodbye. Underneath nervous, but they've made you... So even though they've made you feel like it's goodbye, but because they're nervous, this is what they've been doing. So again, prioritizing their own emotion. And it's funny because this person, it's when I think of you, I cry. I could just imagine how many tears have been lost for this collective because of this kind of behavior. Selfish. Have my kids, so they cry over kids. Maybe you guys were planning to have kids before all this happened. You could have lost a child together. Or the fear that because of what they've been doing in this separation, that you guys will never be able to have this now. Okay, they've really dug themselves to China, this person. I want to have a family with you. I know you'd be an amazing parent. I dream of the day I can experience raising a family together. It makes them emotional. Still listen, so they listen to everything you say. Okay, still listening. This is about music. I still listen to the music you shared with me. I think they listen to everything. Remember, stalker obsessed, it's come out like 10 times. It helps me to connect to you even though we're apart. Ugh, no one compares. And didn't I say that before? No one compares to you, but yet they still toy with you. Underneath, unblock me. Oh my God. No matter how many people I've met or how many experiences I've had. I'm being so sassy in this reading. I am so sorry, my angels. There's no one who compares to you. Do you know what I need to do? Because I'm feeling it through this. I feel my energies tied to this because what I'm experiencing with what we explained at the start. I'm just going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to center my emotion because I normally have so much understanding. Like, I know I can rip in sometimes, but I still can find understanding. And every deck I'm going through, I try to find the understanding, but then my flame just ignites again. So again, this is making me believe, one, I need to meditate a bit, but this collective, you could have just found this out and you're feeling this fire that I'm feeling. But just give me 10-15 minutes. It'll be a millisecond for you guys. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I've cleared, I've saged. Hopefully I've found calm. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the universe's perspective on this situation. And we know why this person is doing it. Let's actually get the universal guidance from it. Okay. Okay. Universe. Why? Okay, so they've been dishonest with themselves and their life. They've been staying in situations that they know they shouldn't be staying in. They know this is the wrong thing to do. They know they've been faking their emotions and their happiness. Okay, 8 of Cups in reverse. I do think there's intimidation from you and the person you are. I feel that they're seeing you more as a Queen of Pentacles. You're caring, you're nurturing, you're abundant. I actually feel this person maybe didn't or maybe still doesn't realize how much this has affected you, especially if you always present as a Queen of Pentacles. So maybe they didn't realize they were really pushing the line here when it came to your emotion. Okay, you're a very caring person, but they clearly come from an environment, 4 of Wands. There's a lot of lack of support, which means they maybe really did have a broken upbringing and emotion wasn't taught to them properly. They could have felt very unwelcomed by your energy, or after everything that had been done, this was clearly the only way. Maybe they thought that they could be close to you, okay? But the discord and the imbalance they felt in this broken connection, I actually don't think they ever had the emotional capability or emotional tools to be able to come through in a genuine way, which means this person is a pro at knowing how to cover their emotion. And actually, like I said, this is coming to my mind yesterday in Moon Angels for that pile 2. I said that if this person has done this to you, they would have done this to past people in their life. Yesterday's collective, I more felt it was a group thing. It was a group, them and 2 or 3 of their friends doing this, affecting someone. This collective, I just think this is maybe a pattern on how they test past lovers. If they really have a lack of confidence, maybe they were someone in the past they would date and create fake profiles to see if their partner would, you know, at that time deceive them or, you know, cheat. Or I feel this has always been, unfortunately, something that they've done, that they didn't realize the severity of how this invades someone's energy, how it invades someone's privacy, and how it's emotional baiting. I don't think this person knew the wrong, which is sad. But these two, you in between, I really do think they've done this because they really did lack confidence when it came to you and the kind of person you present to be. Okay. Moon, they're blocked. So it's sad. Now that I'm seeing this, I genuinely don't think this person thought they were doing anything malicious. It was just how they could stay close. Their intuition was blocked. It was a misconception. So again, they really weren't seeing the fault in this, the severity of this. It came from a place of uncertainty, but this deception came from a place of anxiety and fear. They're trapped in an illusion. They didn't see themselves properly. I personally, when I see that moon card, it calls for more ancestral discovery and really diving deep and starting to understand who you are at the core of yourself and working on that self-awareness, that spiritual connection. And I think when this all started, that it's kind of like they got themselves in too deep and too heavy, and then it just kind of got out of control. And so going back to that about feeling guilt, and I do think this person's starting to realize, but they just didn't know how to deal with this breakup. Even if they created this breakup, you were an energy that couldn't be removed. And I think how you presented in their eyes, remember, trapped in an illusion, you were thriving after them. You were abundant after them. You were happy after them. Your emotion didn't decrease. If anything, it increased. And I think a part of them had anger about this, but they just didn't know how to own that anger and frustration and upset. So unfortunately, because of this missed opportunity, they have acted insincere, very hurtful. They did this out of impulsive behavior, and they were out of control. I think this heartbreak really did destroy them. And unfortunately, because they didn't have the tools to know how to overcome this emotion, they dealt with this the only way they knew how. It was done from a place of not even thinking. It really was done from sadness. It's so sad because it's like, that's you, and look at what's around them. This is such broken, sad energy. You just want to hope, my angels, the only way, if this is something you want to move forward from, the only way is this person really understanding their wrongs and being honest about it. And like I said at the start, when someone can be this deceptive, that's something that really needs to be healed. And if they can be deceptive like this away from you, starting to understand it or not, until that's healed, you're just destined for this person to do deceitful things like this again. Eight of Cups in reverse. Oh, you got the power couple here. So I do think this person pretended like they ghosted you. Pretended like you really were nothing here. But it was... They've been in mental anxiety this whole time. Four of Swords. They chose to present like silence was the best way, that it was the only way to overcome this. And I think they've been in a mind ache ever since. I'm hearing this specifically. I know we've got power couple, you two here, King and Queen. You could be a double sign, double earth, double fire, double air, double water, just as a detail. For some reason, I am hearing there could have been a bit of influence here, or I will say though, I see him as normally someone, and remember I said I think this person really presents like honesty is the key thing for them, right? And he's normally so trustworthy, and he really is a ride or die. And I'm going back to that no one compares. I really do think even with this behavior, for them, they thought it was coming from a genuine place of just, they loved you so much they couldn't let you go. Okay, it's that, like I said, ride or die. But they just didn't deal with it properly. They never felt good enough. So you've gone, so after this, and this was your row straight away, you chose to soul search, you became enlightened, you became a guiding light in their life. They saw you chose solitude, but they also saw that you grew and you found peace and resolve to everything that had been done. And for them, I don't think they ever came into that peace and resolve, and this triggered them. It made them think that you didn't care for them the way they cared for you. And even though you could have had the biggest hurricane, you could have told this person you loved them and you wanted them back, but they didn't see themselves. They didn't have worthiness. So whatever words you said, if they didn't believe who they were within, and they were seeing you present this way, but the words you were saying were something different, it's like they couldn't believe it. Okay. I think after you've expanded, you've grown, you found your wings. It's like a part of them felt like they were just holding you back. And that if you could soar without them, and they remembered a version of you of maybe you not being so free-flowing and free-spirited when you were with them, it's kind of that, why would you ever want me back in your life? Look at your life now. Look at what I did to you when I was in your life. Four of Wands in reverse. There could have been family issues here as well, which made them do this. Oh, so sad, because it does show what trauma does. And I think them doing this in an odd way, they thought that they were finding common ground with you. It's like pretending to be someone else. In an odd way, I think they thought that you could feel them. And in an odd way, you did. But you would just question it. They thought this would eventually solve this situation. You would find common ground again. You would find a solution and harmony through what they were doing. But again, they dug themselves a hole. I think they thought this was the way to come in right. Which is very... not seeing it properly. Double confirmation on how confused they were when they... Seven of Cups in the Moon. They were so confused when they were doing this. And the sad thing is they thought they were seeing this so clearly. Unclear, illusion, confusion, lacking focus, wishfulness. You were their shiny object. But their wild imagination, it got the best of... Now I'm reading this, I actually feel this person thought by doing this was their way back in. That maybe even eventually, if you guys through these profiles started exchanging more loving things, they would make who they were clear to you. I actually genuinely think that this person thought this was the avenue to get you back, to show you who they really were before they brought the mask down. It's like they were so scared to show you their true self because they thought you would never accept them. So they thought if you could fall in love with this person, or if you could open up to this person, that eventually that they would be able to say, this is me. Like true shit you see in a movie. Like truly. This is going to very specific collective. And now it's all backfired. They didn't realize how invasive this was, but they did it because they thought you were their 10 of coins. And the more you would pull away or be reactive to these profiles, it angered them, made them angry, and they would blame you instead of saying, I'm literally contacting this person through fake accounts. Like they didn't see. And now, there it is, the karmic wheel. Now they have to go through their karma for what this is to wake them up. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So that wheel ain't turning in their favor. It's been turning against them since the moment they messaged you on these things. Challenges, upheaval, karmic lessons, and turning point. But the big push. There's something about to come full circle. Okay. Now, I'm still sticking to my guns, my angels. Energy like this, broken or not, trauma or not, should never invade someone's emotion that way. But I will say, seeing that, I genuinely don't think this person realized the fault that they were doing till it was too late. Okay, so again, if the wheel's at play here, and there's been distance, it's for a reason. Okay, so just trust the universe. I just want to see this person's true intention towards you now. Then I just want to quickly see how you're feeling about this whole situation. And then we're going to get a tarot and see what's coming next for you guys. Okay, so we split it on yes. So, and past life love. All right. Right, what's this person's genuine intention towards this collective? Mirroring. This is really sad. Maybe they thought you were doing it. It's funny how the universe works. Maybe they even had someone contacting them that they didn't know and they thought it was you. This collective, I don't think you crossed that line. I will confirm. I don't think you did, but you're mirroring your first card. Just with the theme of it. But this card specifies if you were feeling under duress or feeling solemn, I feel it too, when you were thinking our connection is deep, profound. So let's just say you are on socials because they stalk you. Maybe they found themselves a lot in the things you were posting, or they thought you were like, speaking to them through what, like maybe another reason they were doing this is because did you hear the steam train just go? Sign. They felt like you were feeling that same pull and draw to them, the cycles. So they are going over the cycles. I think for so long they blamed you for the broken cycles. 24th of this month could be important. This says 42, but your first card's 6, and I'm seeing that as 24. We keep replaying the same story over and over again because they keep approaching you the same over and over again. But I think they're starting to realize this if they genuinely have guilt. So like I said in that part, if it's been a while since you've heard from this fake profile, maybe this person is on the fence. Do I message them through this fake profile again, or do I just come through the, like, if they're going over cycles, maybe they're starting to realize this avenue of contacting you does not work. So they're going through towers right now. I feel my life is the karmic wheel. I feel like my life is falling apart and I don't know what to do. Be a better person is what I just heard. Whatever can go wrong has gone wrong, but the one thing that always felt right was you. Number 59, free will. So maybe they're really breaking free from the shackles of being told what to do in their life or being guided by other people in their life. And there was that cage bird breaking free from the cage, remember? And it's really sad because if this person is all about not feeling caged in life, what they've been doing to you, they've been caging you emotionally. So again, it's that self-unawareness. And I say this about projection. We put out, our energy puts out, what we put out, we will get in. And it's like everything they hate to be feeling and control, they were doing to you. And they didn't even know. Mirroring nature. Fulfilled. When I'm with you, I feel complete, and maybe that's it as well. Whenever something was going on, this is when they would reach out. As if I've won the best prize of them all. You're exactly what I need, what I want in my life. Okay, so cycles, so they're 50-50. I don't think they've, remember the deviation. They don't completely understand just yet about, I do feel they feel guilt, but they're still on the fence. There is literally a reason I said, it's like, should I reach out on this profile or should I be my genuine self? It's like they're still 50-50 here. It's really, it's a little bit alarming. It's a little bit alarming. 94, out of turmoil. They need to realize this is wrong without you, collective, telling them it's wrong. That's too many. So there's a lot going on in their life. Out of turmoil, a whole heap of cards came out. So settling. So they've been settling in life, in their environment. Again, that 8 of Cups in reverse. So their whole life they've been like this. They stay in environments that make them just feel comfortable because maybe they're afraid of change. They're clearly afraid about themselves. When we don't see ourselves, when we don't appreciate ourselves, we continuously let things in our life that present that way, that also make us feel unappreciated, unseen, and we keep calling in those people because that's our reflection. That's how little we feel of ourselves. And if you are a Queen of Pentacles in their eyes, that means your frequency actually aligns to that, because this person's so broken. No wonder you're not energetically aligning, because this collective, even though I keep saying work on your self-appreciation, your self-worth, you clearly see yourself better than this person sees themselves, because that's why you're not aligning in this point of time. This person feels this big about who they truly are inside, and this is why they keep welcoming the same mess, because it projects their reflection of their inner soul. It's sad. They don't have self-belief. Taurus, so they could be fighting against a Taurus right now that really cages them, and that came out as well in the cards. I do think there's a Taurus influence, Capricorn or Virgo. But this, I took it forever in making my mind up about our connection. Instead of speaking to you, I would run to my profiles, I'm going to say, because that's the theme of this. It was a pleasure that they didn't even know that they had. Very odd. But last card, Cosmic Love, number 14. Even though we may not be together, so they do really believe this is a cosmic connection. When I sleep, especially with how obsessed they are over you, like you can't leave their mind. When I'm awake, I think of you. I'm able to feel you as if you were physically here. Okay, I just want to see how you view this person currently, your energy right now. I got my chakra card, so I think you're quite balanced, but let's just see your impression of this person. Death, first card 13 could be important. All right. 9 of Wands in reverse. I am going to go Queen of Cups in reverse because that's the theme of this. You could feel gullible. Just the flame I was feeling in the start of this, I do think that's part of this collective's energy. I think for so long you've been holding on to hopes of their potential, their Hierophant energy. It's like deep down within you always felt there was some form of spiritual alignment to you, that you would build that foundation, that they could be a great father. Remember they said, have my kids. Or that you would have that life partner energy, that ring card you had, right? But in this very moment, as you're watching this, Queen of Cups in reverse, you're starting to actually reflect on the discord, the imbalance, the emotional overwhelm, the melancholy, the depressive states this has put you in, the gullible energy. You feel like you've been fooled here. You're going over your lack of boundaries and how this person's just presented very out of control, very unpredictable. Okay, how much it's overwhelmed you. It's like right now, first card Death. Normally I see this as rebirthing, and yes, we need to go through a painful ending to create new beginnings. But I feel this collective, you thinking holding on to their potential, it doesn't make you feel good anymore because you haven't it's like you haven't seen that potential. Yes, there could still be parts of you that think that this will have a potential of, that rebirth, that new beginning. But it's like this Hierophant card's just really sticking out for me. I think until the right collective, not just thinking and feeling this, envisioning this, but I think you're getting to that point, that strength, that broom energy, right, at the start. Until I see this in the physical, it's like I can't keep holding on to hopes. Does that make sense? Like these two cards in reverse just shows a completely different perspective you're coming over, because you have felt foolish and blinded, okay? But these two here, I think there's still a part of your soul that believes the best in them. But you're sick of, my God, my precious, the fixation. You yourself have gone through a lot of obsession and focusing out, but you're starting to realize this blocks me. This takes away my mindfulness. It takes away my sense of security. I fixate, I focus out on things that just make me... This really ties into your first part. How emotionally heavy it makes you. Maybe you're thinking, I need to focus more on my path and my financial structure and the things that actually make me feel abundant, instead of just focusing on the hopes and wishes of what someone may be one day. All right, Death. You're going within now. Now you're really trying to find peace and resolve over this whole situation. Now you're really, and yes, you could have gone through a hermit journey. They see you've gone through a hermit journey, but you yourself right now, as you're watching this, you're seeing this ending very differently to how you've seen it the whole time, which makes me feel some of this collective you have found this stuff out, especially with the fire that I had before. I feel for some of you found it out already, and if some of you haven't, you're about to. So especially with this gullible energy, I just think you're seeing the whole situation in a different lens. 9 of Wands in reverse. Whoa! There could have been multiple. This is about a lot of irons in the fire, a lot of opinions and stuff. What was out of control? Again, there's a reason I brought up pile 2 and I said that collective, there was more people involved. You could be the same color, just your story deviates a little bit. Maybe for some of you there were more people involved than just this one person, a group of friends, or especially because that earth energy kept coming up, okay? Oh, no, you're starting to see them as a 5 of Swords, selfish, chaotic. They didn't care that they hurt you. This is what you're feeling gullible over. You don't feel they have remorse for this, or remorse for what they've made you feel and the sadness they've made you feel. And let's go back to this deck for them. they've presented to you, if you know, like, let's say you don't know what's been going on in the background, right? Let's say this is just how you're feeling. It's that Grim Reaper, boy, girl with a snake, and that not dealing hurt. They've made you feel this was one-sided, that they didn't care about who they were hurting as long as they were coming first. And in an odd way, and I'm saying this because I love you guys, you're right. They didn't care who they were hurting. Okay, yes, we went over their trauma. I get it. We all have trauma. But your deep intuition knows the way they've behaved towards you. They got in their message cards, you hurt me. So they're still excusing their bad behavior because, and I think this person walked away from you. They were the one that broke your heart. What's hurt them is seeing you soar. That's envy. That's jealousy. They're hurt because it seemed, because they were spying and stalking, that you were just growing and spreading your wings while they were miserable. That's what hurt them. And this is why they've treated you this. Like, that's sorry. I'm not going to get spicy again. This row, you're right, my angels. Okay? You're allowed to feel that way because that's what's been done to you. Don't have more compassion for their trauma than your own. It's so funny. You've got 3 queens here, right? And when I see 4 queens, that's Empress energy, right? You could think there was a lot of other women involved this person put, but I feel, you deep down feel that this person just kept on with the emotional baiting, keeping you from one card to your Empress energy. You could never find stillness. It's like every time you thought you were getting there to that completion of Empress glow, they would do something that would pull you back. They would toy with you. It's like they just kept dangling that carrot in front of your face. That's what came to me first. Okay? Yes, Hierophant, that's how they see you. I get it. But the first thing that came to me is you're one queen off the Empress. And your inner soul, no matter how much you've healed, no matter how much you focus, because of their games, it was just that you just could never feel like you were truly getting into your Empress stillness, that I don't chase out like that. You know, they've just been a piece of your soul that has just held you back, and that's sad. Don't make it fit. They came in so clearly. But now I need to focus on what makes me happy. I need to put my Ace of Wands into the path in my Page of Cups. I can't focus on someone that's obsessed and manipulative and full of childhood wounding, because that makes me this way, especially with that 4 of Pentacles. I can't keep hoping on an apology and a love offer from a naive Page of Cups. You're starting to realize my Ace of Wands needs to go towards me and my life. I want my other Queen aligned. I want my Empress energy aligned. You're starting to truly believe the manipulation, and you're finally starting to believe this all came from obsession. It was never anything to do with you and not being good enough. It was this person that didn't know how to deal with their emotion. I'm going to stick to it. I think for some of this collective, you found this out. Okay. Just that clarity that's in your energy right now. You're starting to, it's the penny drop. This was never me. This was always them. And they chose to just keep pushing me away. Let's just get one more. I just want to see quickly, and then we'll get what's coming next. Whoa, way too many. Now, this is, will they ever be emotionally where they need to be? So there could have been something. You both got kids, water sign, emotions running high, but something about the challenges. Are they worth it? Making decisions, working on inner healing. Well, way too many, but cycles, karma. Fake karma, something sending something. But this is coming full circle. There's the confession. But this is unfortunately now how you see them. And remember at the start I said I hate this word, but this is the right collective. For some of you, you've had this confession, this full circle moment. For others of you, this is coming. But unfortunately, I think for some of you, it's tarnished of you, just how full of themselves they've been. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to roll the dice. Now, if the skull comes out, does this one? We're not meant to see what's coming next. You guys need to overcome this the way your emotion leads you to overcome this. Anything else, I'm doing weeks. 5. So the next 5 weeks, so till the first week of July. Okay, now we're going to see this person's action and then how the universe thinks that you should deal with what's coming. Let's see if it's transparent. Let's see if it's, let's just see. This person's action towards you. That's nice. So they do want to illuminate truth. That's good. Okay, so they're coming in with mental strength. They're coming in wanting to put power back in this situation. They are wanting to illuminate some things. They're wanting success, but they're coming in high vibration. This card specifies high vibration from mental anxiety, which they're going through now. I think this person's going to be very stressed when they approach you. I think they're going to present very in their power, but I definitely think they're about to bring up a lot of things from the past. I do believe that confession will come. Hold on, I want one more for this 8 of Swords in reverse. So they are wanting to ground this. They're coming in with a powerful offer. So if they're genuinely wanting to ground this and make this abundant and flourish again, right? They're going to come in, especially with this sun here. But it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very painful for them to really open up about this. But I do think they're presenting a lot more healed than you remember them to be. You're going to have that shock. I do think this person's going to put in hard work here, a lot of effort, perseverance. I think they're going to talk about the time that it's taken, but a solid offer from the stagnation. Okay, a lot of energy coming towards you through this slow moving but persistence. That's what, especially with this Ace of Coins here, I do think they're going to which makes me think if there's persistence and this Ace of Coins, I think energetically this is going to be, you're not going to be, like, if they know they need to put in hard work, I can't see you just being there with open arms, this collective, I'm going to be honest. But anyway, that's what you were wanting, to see them as a Hierophant. That's going to take work. But they are wanting to come in Hierophant energy. That's what you were wanting. Hold on, I want one more for that. My mind just drifted. They are going to come in, 4 of Pentacles. They are going to be, I think they're going to be very receptive, very remorseful. I think they're coming in. Oh, one more. I was hearing something different. That card didn't. There's the confession. Okay. I do think they're going to talk about this 5 of Pentacles, what was done, the breakdown of all this, what they did in the background through the confession, the preconsciousness, right? But they're going to be very mindful and patient of your needs. There's something, I heard marriage straight away. As soon as I heard that my mind just drifted, right? And I was like, no, it can't be. But this specifies spiritual guidance, tradition, marriage, union, advice. I think they're going to be very receptive to what you need to say. And this makes sense with this Knight of Pentacles and this Ace of Coins, right? Confession, 7 of Swords in reverse. So very pricked consciousness here. They're going to come in clean. They're going to come in with guilt and remorse, and they're going to talk about it. They're going to take accountability for what's been done here, but why it was done. So that means they're taking account for their trauma. Okay. I don't think this person's going to rush you. I don't think this person is going to expect your forgiveness straight away, but boy, oh boy, are they going to show you that they don't want to let you go again. Okay. But are the words going to be exchanged here that actually it could? I'm not going to say that. It could. They could actually really say, I want you in my life. I want to fix this. At first I was thinking maybe they're just going to come in and try and really clear the air and take accountability. But I actually do think this person, especially with the Sun, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hierophant here, 7 of Swords in reverse, it's going to be hard for them. But they're really going to talk about a lot of things from the past year and why it created so much mental anxiety for them. And I think through this conversation, they're going to realize how much mental anxiety it was for you, okay, if you're open and transparent. All right, this is not bad, okay, especially with the sun here. I think they're ready to illuminate some big things. And the confession, double confirmation. You, lovers. I do think you're going to be compassionate, but I do think you're going to be very decisive. Like, the decision is going to lay with you, okay? I think you're really going to be looking for duality and a balance of emotion. I don't think you're going to be too quick. Yes, this is about harmony and union and blah, but I think you're going to be very aware of the energy that's being presented to you. I think this is going to activate every single one of your heartstrings. But even though it's activating all your heartstrings, I do think, and maybe as you're watching this, and I do feel there's frustration, I just don't think you're going to realize how much this is actually going to make you feel. I do think it's going to make you overwhelmed, and I don't think you're even going to want to rush anything. For this person to know they need to put in dedicated effort here, I think the way you're just naturally, and it's not in the front, you're going to have to really trust this person, I feel, before you let you, but it's going to be natural. That's not you playing games. I actually think your heart's about to be very affected with all of this, okay? But Emperor on the bottom, that's nice. Chariot, don't rush. I'm saying don't rush. This is how you're going to react. Hold on, I want one more for overcoming obstacles, the journey, destiny. You must be a very compassionate, understanding person. I think you're going to really understand this was part of your soul. You must really be aware of this person's trauma. Just make sure your trauma is not being very affected, okay? That's what you're going to be logical, though. So you're going to be logical. And I do think even though you want your whole body's going to want movement here, but your logic's going to come over this for the first time. King of Swords. You're going to start seeing this was very calculated. This was very ruthless here. What they did to me was ruthless. So even though you're going to have understanding, I do think it's going to really hit you. That's what I was feeling. I was feeling this is going to be a bit of a shock moment. Okay. You've got logic that comes over you for the first time, and more masculine than feminine here, where maybe you've always treated this person very feminine, compassionate, Queen of Pentacles. I think you're going to be shocked at this. There's going to be a lot of questioning and confusion, but for I think the first time in your whole journey, you're going to choose to center you're going to choose without you knowing, because it's your current energy. Until you see this, and you truly believe in this, and that you truly can believe that you'll get to this again, you're going to be guarded. And you might not know it. You've learned that you need to trust in love. You've learned to not be overrun by passion and spark, and without you knowing, because your current energy, your mind, the right collective, I need to see this. I can't keep holding on to a version I need to see this, right? There is a reason the universe is making them present like this when they come through. But that's going to take some dedicated effort and time and perseverance for you to believe this. And it's not just a mask, because that's all this person's been wearing with you. A mask, okay? One more for your 9 of Boundaries. So you're not going to be nasty. And every part of your soul is going to just want to jump in. But you're finally learning to even thrive in this, we need to trust each other again. You're going to protect yourself. You're still going to hold the line. You're still going to give space for this person to put effort in, but your rose-colored glasses isn't on, okay? You're going to see, are they enduring? Are they being persistent? Are they putting in the effort, okay? But you might need to take some space here to really understand what you're feeling. But the thing is, I actually feel this person will give you that. You both will find strength. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. So that's within your next 5 weeks. First, coming into your second week of July. So for this time, you just keep focusing on you and that broom energy and centering. But in saying that, this could start trickling in over this time. Does that make sense? So just be on alert and just of yourself and your emotional needs. Okay, let's just get these quickly from the universe. saying you guys deserve this love, which is nice, but romantic feelings and chemistry, don't lead from that. That hasn't gone anywhere. I think you're going to be shocked. I think there's going to be a heavy attraction, but again, I don't think this right collective, you're going to be blinded by that very soon. And there's a reason I just said, yes, 5 weeks we pulled for, but this could be starting a lot quicker than that. It's like your next 5 weeks in this connection. So more family trauma and childhood trauma. And I always say, actually, true divines, you have a chapter of healing together as well. But pay attention to the flags. Red flags of them and yourself. Okay? Make sure you trust in the situation before... You'll do that naturally. You can see you're going to do that naturally. Past life relationship. Yes, but you guys need to release the past. So I always say, especially with divines or past life soul connections, you need to believe in the newer versions of yourself. And that's one of this collective's main focuses. Okay, through this separation, I think you're finally gonna... And don't be codependent. I don't think you will. But look for codependency and look for... Might be this person presenting a bit that way. Well, you got all the attraction cards here. So don't let the attraction and the spark and the chemistry lead. Protect yourself, all right? Yes, this is the one, past that, all of that, but doesn't mean you can't see what's going on. And I have to say, because separation codependent, if you are wanting to just take some time and space and this person can't give you time and space without accusing, and that's a sign enough it's not ready, especially for what's been done. Okay, if they can't understand, you need to retreat and really overcome what's been done and have time to think about it. And they're so codependent on the answer and what you're going to say. But again, that's not Hierophant energy, so I can't see it, but there's a reason it's coming to my mind. That's a flag enough. Whoa, did you see how many came out? This is coming in quickly. You got my lightning storm. But little baby, but you could be having magical bubblesies with this person. You got 3 pearls, so you, them, and you could be destined. You could have had a dream about a spirit. We say if you have a dream about a baby, it's your spirit baby attaching to you. Okay, I just heard little girl. But golden elixir, you're calling each other in right now. New beginning in love. My pink heart with the... It's good. I'm starting to soften to this energy now. Oh, there's a I. Okay, love heart. N P M J H O X E B. Okay, black and white animals. You could have had a black and white pet, or a lot of black and white animals might be appearing around this time as well. Yin and yang, find your balance. Good luck is on your side. The lucky elephant, abundance. Tree of life. I do believe we all have trauma. And I've seen some crazy divine stories, I'm not going to lie. So I can't really put judgment on this story, but it is a bit extreme. But anyway, banana. That could be a sign. Maybe you see a banana peel on that day. Or you could love them, or I just heard you could absolutely hate them, or you could have a memory of bananas of some sort. Or you could put banana peel on your skin. That's good for your skin. But sage, cleanse, clear. I still agree with that. I still agree with protecting your energy. Yellow candle wax. You could have a yellow wax on a crescent moon. They could be born on a crescent moon. You could be, or it could come in on a crescent phase. A phase of love. Birthdays, memories, important dates. 10th of June. 17th of June, 14th of June, 15th of May, 15th of April, 15th of July, or 15th of November. 1st of the 1st, 11/11. Oh God. 14th of the 11th, 16th of the 11th, 13th of the 3rd, 13th of the 11th, 7th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 7th, 2nd of the 2nd, 7th of the 2nd. Oh, that tongue-tied me. All right, I love you, my loves. And 5 just came out, transformation. You could be seeing a lot of 555. rewatching this at 5:55. Okay, I love you guys. I will be on TikTok later. All right. But have a good day.